welcome to class. The votes are in, and this week we are doing our upper body unwind class. So this class is going to focus really on your neck, upper body, your chest, upper back, all those kind of spots where personally I tend to hold on to a lot of tension, and I don't think I'm the only one who does that. So hopefully this will help you relax some of that tension. Yeah, feel a little better in your upper body. So props I recommend for this class: 2 blocks if you have them. If not, don't worry about it. But if you don't have blocks, definitely grab a blanket. It will be nice for support later on in class. For now, I'm going to set all my props off to the side. We're going to start nice and easy in a restorative child's pose. So if you want, you could actually go ahead and bring your blanket into play. I'm going to just roll it up, give yourself some support, tuck it underneath the backs of your legs, and keeping the knees pretty close together. Allow your heart, your belly to melt towards your thighs, towards the mat. Really nestle in. Allow your arms to drape long behind you instead of reaching out in front. And if you start off with the blanket and find you don't want it, feel free to adjust, make it more comfortable for yourself. I'm going to set mine to the side for now and just really relax. Start to settle in with a few deep breaths, long inhales, long exhales. Allowing your breath to bring you right here. Just being here with yourself on the mat. It takes a lot to just show up, just decide to roll it out and get started and do a little something for yourself. So take a moment, have some gratitude. Take 1 or 2 more deep breaths right here where you are. Nice and slow. Start to reach one arm at a time forward out in front of you. Create a little bit of space between your knees, drawing them out towards the outer edges of the mat, and allow your hips to soften back down towards your heels. If you've got your blanket, you can adjust it here, still keep yourself really supported, and allow your forearms to just soften towards the earth. You can find a nice little sway side to side, allowing your hips to settle a little more every breath. And finally, if it feels good, you can settle yourself all the way down into the mat, allowing your forehead to rest, your chest, your belly, whatever grounds can rest on the earth. And if there's space, it's totally fine. Obviously, I've got lots of space right now. And wherever you are, just allow yourself to breathe into it. Really soft through your belly. And keeping the tension and honestly most of the effort out of your arms, your upper body for now. So if that means even folding your arms in horizontal, feel free to do that. Two more big breaths. At the end of your last exhale, go ahead and start to Come back up towards your palms and walk your hands back towards your knees. And come into a seat. You can just draw your knees together, sit on your shins, or you can come all the way down onto your bottom. Have a seat, whatever is most comfortable for you. And settle in at the back of your mat. We'll start to work on a little bit of tension in your neck. So drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And right away, just notice what your right shoulder wants to do. If it creeps back up towards your right ear, and if that's the case, just give it a nice little roll down your back. The options, you can take your left fingertips out to the left side. You can bring your right hand to the left side of your face. Not forcing anything, letting gravity do the work. Staying soft and relaxed through your face. One more breath here. And gently release everything back to center. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. And left ear drops over towards your left shoulder. Kind of reset. When you feel comfortable here, those same options, you can take your right fingertips out to the right side. And take your left hand to the right side of your face. Your hand here is just gentle weight, really light pressure. Just one more long breath in and out. And inhale back to center. You get back to center, take another full breath in and out. And drop your chin towards your chest. Take your chin over to the right side, cross your right collarbone towards your right shoulder. And nice and slow, back through center, right over to the left. A few more times like that, side to side, move at your own pace. Left to right, right to left. Taking your chin up towards the sky as much as feels comfortable. And allowing it to really rest and fall towards your chest. You circle to the opposite side. And just notice if there's any places along the way where you want to pause and take a few more breaths. Last round, one more side to side. Allow your chin to come back to center and slowly draw yourself back up towards neutral place in your head and neck. And we'll find some full rotations. So start on whichever side feels most natural, one ear to one shoulder, and roll chin to your chest. Opposite ear to opposite shoulder. And finally, chin up towards the sky, just as much as feels comfortable. You don't have to fling your head all the way back. And then just notice, does it feel good to go same direction over and over again with your circles, or alternate side to side? Maybe a few one way, then the other. Totally up to you. Listen to your body, pause where you need to. And if your shoulders start to move and sway a little bit with your movement, that is totally welcome here. Any other little movements that might feel good, feel free to incorporate those. And we'll go for just a few more rounds, still moving at your own pace. Resting in stillness wherever that calls to you. And nice and slow, bring yourself back to a neutral place in your head and neck. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what we're about to do a little better. I recommend sitting on your shins for this, so if you're not already, go ahead and come back onto your shins. And breath in, take your hands all the way up overhead, getting nice and tall, long in your spine and your torso. And bring your hands together in a clasp. Flip your palms up towards the sky, big stretch. Deep breath in. On your exhale, round your shoulders, draw your palms facing out away from you. Press your hands out and away. Inhale, lift your palms back up towards the sky, opening your heart. Exhale, round your spine, round your shoulders. Press out and away through your palms. Really active hands. Inhale, draw it all the way back up. Move through these for a few more rounds. Last two. Exhale, round your shoulders. Create lots of space through your upper back. Last one. Inhale, press your palms up towards the sky. Exhale, round your shoulders down. And release your hands, roll out your wrists a couple of times, maybe shake it out. Next breath in, hands come up all the way overhead again. This time on your exhale, cactus your arms out to the side, really creating a shelf for your heart. So your elbows tip forward, palms of your hands get heavy. Pause right here. 2 more big breaths. Shoulder blades soften down your back, pull together. Last breath in. Last breath out. Let your hands come all the way back down. And walk yourself out tabletop. You can get into a tabletop. Take a few rounds of gentle cow and cat. So inhaling to cow pose, flicking your tailbone, opening your heart, your throat. And exhaling through cat, totally reversing that motion. Everything curls in, shoulders round up towards the sky. Inhale. Lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck in. Move like yourself, doesn't have to be necessarily in sync with me, just connected to your own inhales and exhales. I'm just encouraging you to take them really slow today, really luxurious, full opening through your spine, through your heart on your inhales. A really full reversal on your exhales, just feeling the nice opposing sensations. And one more round. Big breath in. Big breath out. And coming back through neutral, walk your hands out into puppy pose. So hands come forward an inch or so. Your heart melts towards the earth, towards the mat. You can come down to rest on your chin or on your forehead, or you can just allow there to be some space. Might feel nice to kind of take your gaze just down towards the mat if there's some space here. Relax your neck a little bit. We'll be here one more breath in. And one more breath out. And go ahead and start to roll your way forward bit by bit. Imagine your spine's like a wave in the ocean coming forward. Allow your hips to fall, belly to fall, heart to come all the way down. Rest flat on the mat, just one big breath in. And big breath out. And palms right by your chest, press yourself up. Baby cobra, or maybe all the way up cobra, just depending on how your body's feeling. Next exhale, lower it all the way back down. Now take your hands out a bit wider, so somewhere towards 10 and 2, maybe a little past the top corners of your mat. Allow your hips to stay nice and heavy on your inhale. Just peel your heart away from the earth. Elbows pull back, shoulders pull back, heart lifts. And exhale bit by bit. Lay yourself all the way back down. 3 more like that. On your own time, inhales draw you up. And exhales lower you down. You don't necessarily have to go very far up. Go as far as feels good. As far as your breath will travel with you. Allow your exhales to gently ground you back towards the earth. And last one. We may have done an extra one, but we'll meet all the way back down on the earth. Pause. And come right onto your forearms. Bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders, or a little bit in front is good as well. Imagine you're pulling your heart forward towards your hands, hands sliding back towards your heart. Collarbones widening. And find a gentle tuck of your chin towards your chest and lift up through the base of your skull. Staying nice and long through your entire spine, from the base of your spine all the way through the crown of your head. Here for one more breath. Exhale, allow your elbows to go wide. Heart comes down to the earth. Once again, palms by your chest. Press yourself up through tabletop and back to a child's pose. Next breath in, start to walk your hands back towards your knees again. Draw your knees together. And tuck all 10 toes underneath you, but allow your hands to stay grounded on the earth. We're not going to go full toe stand today. Just going to use that tuck of your toes to start to shift your knees away from the earth, rocking back. Bring the weight into your heels. And take that a few times, lifting your shins away. Letting them come back down. And next time they come away, lift yourself all the way into forward fold, back of your mat. Allow your feet to spread apart.
your belly, your chest to soften down between your thighs. Tailbone lifting towards the earth, or towards the sky rather. An option to, plant your hands here. If you do have your blocks handy, you could bring blocks underneath your hands to be nice support. You could also take opposite hand, opposite elbow. So you're here for just a few breaths. Allow it to feel nice and soft. So if it's feeling really intense in your back body and the back line of your legs, give it a nice bend in your knees. Release the clasp if you've got it. And start to roll yourself all the way up to standing, bit by bit. Allow your hips to press forward. You're unfurling like a flag. Arms come out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, cactus your arms out to the side. And allow your hands to come all the way down. Inhale, hands reach all the way back up. Palms together. On your exhale, fold all the way back down. Soft knees. Lift your heels. Bring your knees all the way back down to the earth. And walk yourself back out. Tabletop. And from the tabletop, extend your right leg long behind you, aiming towards hip height. You could also keep your toes just tucked and grounded if that's feeling a little more like what your body needs today. If it feels okay, lift it hip height. Take a second to stabilize. And then circle your right knee out to the side. Draw your right foot right where your right hand was. And bring yourself up. Low lunge. Right away, hands come up overhead. Hands clasp. Interlace your fingers. Bring the base of your palms to the base of your skull. Gently press your head into that base of your palms. Next breath out, straighten your arms out, reach out behind you. Deep breath in. Exhale, big cactus out to the sides. Let your hands come all the way down. Frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Allow your left hand to travel up to the left-hand corner of your mat, left-hand top corner of your mat. Spin all 10 toes over to the right, big horizon lunge, drawing your right elbow in towards the inside of your right knee. Allowing your left hip to soften. Should feel this on the outside of your right hip, right glute. Getting a little lower body work as well. And bring it all the way back to center. Let your right foot, right knee travel back in line, tabletop. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Shift your knees away from the earth, right into forward fold back of your mat. Hang heavy, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Next breath in, roll yourself all the way up to standing. Hips press forward. Unfurl, reach high. And exhale, cactus it out. Allow your hands to drift down. And inhale, sweep back up. Palms together. Fold all the way back down, soft knees. Come all the way back down to your knees. Walk out, tabletop. And extend left leg long behind you. Same thing on this side. Give yourself a little more support wherever you need it. And circle your left knee out to the side. Left foot comes right where your left hand was. Low lunge. Stabilize through your feet, through your hips, and then hands come all the way up overhead. Interlace your hands overhead. Bring the base of your palms in towards the base of your skull. Gentle press head into hands. And then inhale, reach your hands back. Exhale, cactus it out. Hands come all the way back down to the earth. Frame your front foot to start. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Right hand travels out to the top right hand corner of your mat. All 10 toes spin out to the left side. Big opening through your left knee, left hip. Left elbow compress into your left knee. Feeling again on the outside of your glute. And rolling back to center. Hands come back underneath your shoulders. Left knee back to meet your right. Hands walk back towards your knees. Toes tuck. Knees lift away. Forward fold, back of your mat. Hang nice and heavy. And the inhale, roll it up. Unfurl, reach high. Cactus it out on your exhale. Inhale, palms back up. Palms come together and exhale, fold it down. Soft, soft knees. Gentle fold. And lift your heels, knees come back down to the earth. Tabletop. This time, hang out in tabletop. Take a round of cow and cat, kind of neutralize, reset through your spine. And from neutral, bring yourself all the way back down to your belly. Doesn't matter, however you need to get there. When you get there, take your right arm out to a half T shape, keeping the inside of your forearm facing down towards the ground throughout the entirety of this. Left palm right by your chest. Left foot tucks in towards you. Roll onto your right hip. Left foot can come all the way out behind you, ground on the earth, or you can stack your legs on top of each other. You can also keep your left knee bent and foot planted in front of your right hip instead. One more breath in on this side. And all the way back to center. Slide your right palm in by your chest. Left arm out. Half T shape. Right foot tucks in towards you. This time rolling onto your left hip. Right foot can land out behind you. Right legs can stack. Or right foot can come on top. Or out in front. And roll it all the way back to center. Palms by your chest. Press yourself up and back. Last child's pose. If child's pose is uncomfortable in your body, even with some extra support, feel free to take just a comfortable seat here. Begin to gently bring yourself up out of your child's pose, and however you need to, just come onto a seat. We're going to make our way back down onto our backs. And this is where we'll bring our props into play. So we're going to set up supported fish. So if you have blocks and you'd like to use them for supported fish, I'm going to teach this particular kind of T-shaped variation with my blocks. So one block, second highest register, in between the shoulder blades. Other block, highest register, that's going to be for my head to rest on. If you don't have blocks. Rolling your blanket up into a nice long burrito so that it will support, as much of your spine, particularly your upper back, as possible, can be a nice alternative. So it just won't be quite as firm or as lifted, but you'll still get a nice support and gentle kind of back bend sensation out of it. So I'll demo that quickly. I always like to just make sure that I set up the blanket so that my head for sure has support. So even if that means that the lower part of my back body isn't as supported by the blanket, that's okay with me because I don't want my head to be dangling off of the prop. So most of my back body is supported. And in this supported fish today, I'm going to offer whatever you'd like to do with your legs. Sometimes I like a nice constructive rest. Knees come together, feet apart. Sometimes I like a little reclined butterfly. Soles of your feet together, knees open. And then you can also take it, a little more traditional. Take your legs long, point your toes. So choose what feels best today. And remember, that the intention, or at least the intention initially, is unwinding through your upper body. So allow that focus to guide you. If you're setting up with your blocks, first block right between the shoulder blades, feel free to, take some time, adjust, make it comfy. And then second block for your head. Arms can reach out to the side, keep cultivating that nice sense of openness. Or your hands can rest on your body, totally up to you. And I am actually going to offer up our Shavasana right here in this posture. So if you don't think you'll be comfortable to rest for the entirety of Shavasana here, then by all means feel free to rest for a few more breaths, and then when you're ready, make your way into your favorite resting pose, whatever that might look like. I'm sure Foster is about to demo a great option for you. Wherever you are, wherever you land, just allow yourself to fully relax into the sensation of being supported. That you are supported by the props underneath you. You are supported by the community that surrounds you. And that's, your real life community, and, well, not that this isn't real life, but your, your online community as well. Slow, full, easy breaths. No focus on particular breath control or doing any more active work here. And cultivating a space where you can just receive. And settle in, deep rest. I will guide us back when it's time. you're still being supported by your props, you can go ahead and start to lift yourself or roll yourself off of them however you need to kind of shift those out of the way. If you're on your blanket, it might be a little bit of an easier transition. And if you've been in supported fish this entire time, I'm going to offer that you go ahead and roll right into caterpillars, rolling up through a seat, knees bent. Just wrap your arms underneath your knees. Really allow your shoulders to spread apart. And if you're in any other position for your Shavasana, we'll meet in this caterpillar position. We'll rest here for a few breaths. And start to release your clasp, unwind from underneath your knees, and just make your way into comfortable seat. And sit up nice and tall. You can give your shoulders a few rolls. Hopefully they feel a little more spacious now. Next breath in, palms come all the way out to the sides, up overhead. Let them meet and draw down to your heart center. And one more full breath in of acknowledgement and gratitude for yourself, for your practice, for every teacher who came before us and laid out such a beautiful path. Inhale, thumbs up to center of your forehead. And I bow my head with the deepest gratitude to all of you watching. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Please remember that inside of your space and outside of your space, you are always seen, heard, and loved. Thank you. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Hope that your upper body feels a little more loosey-goosey. Let me know what you want to practice next, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much.